Acclaimed female crime author revealed to be the pseudonym of 3 men. Yeah, these 3 dudes pretended to be a woman, and hey, look, we're winning an award. The Women's Institute selected the pseudonymous work as part of a selection of feminazi reading in current year -1. And they showed up in person to accept the award. Oh, dude, that's great. On Friday, the literary world in Spain was turned on its head after the acclaimed female crime thriller author Carmen Mola was revealed to be a pseudonym of 3 men when awarded a coveted book prize. Now, this is actually kind of reminding me of, like, in the world of poetry. There's this one white guy, wrote a poem, submitted it to a bunch of publications that they wanted nothing to do with them, right? Then he submitted that same poem under a Chinese pseudonym, and he was up for a bunch of awards for it. Huh. Really makes you think. And yeah, Megaron's right. Did they just assume their gender? Like, how the fuck do these bigots not know that these 3 dudes identified as women, huh? The transphobia of this feminazi organization, they must be TERFs. When taking the state, I think you mean stage, at the Planeta Awards on Friday, television scriptwriters Agustin Martinez, Jorge Diaz, and Antonio Mercero shocked guests, including Spain's King Felipe and Queen Letizia, when they said that the crime author does not exist, according to Communist News Network. Mola's agent describes the writer on their website as a Madrid-born author, writing under a pseudonym in an attempt to remain anonymous. The website also features a number of photos of an unknown woman's looking away from the camera. In previous interviews with Spanish media, Martinez, Diaz, and Mercero had presented Mola as a female university professor who lived in Madrid with her husband and children, according to Communist News Network. This is an important lesson that you learn on the internet, right? Like, part of the reason the internet is so quote unquote dangerous now is because kids aren't taught these lessons. But it used to be you had to learn a few things before you were on the internet. Like, among the most important is there's no women on the internet. So that woman you're talking to is probably a dude catfishing you. And there's no kids on the internet either. All the kids are FBI agents. And also, anyone asks you for ASL, you go run to your parents immediately. But that's second to the previous 2. Following the revelation, Spain's El Mundo newspaper reported it is not lost on anyone the idea of a university professor and a mother of 3 who teaches algebra class in the morning and in the afternoon, writes novels of savage and macabre violence, has been a good marketing operation. Yeah, and this is what happens when the personality behind the work is more important than the work, I guess. I mean, that's something I'm kind of taking advantage of a little bit. It definitely helps in advertising, things like Blade Devil and Let's End the World. I'd have a lot harder of a time if I just came out of nowhere and put out a campaign with without building up an audience, like no marketing, no advertising. Mola's novels are known for being graphic and gory, usually centering around the character of Detective Elena Blanco, whom publisher Penguin Random House described as a peculiar and lonely women's and a lover of grappa, karaoke, collectors' cars, and sex in SUVs. The Women's Institute selected Mola's work as part of a selection of feminazi reading in current year -1. The book that won the Planeta Prize was not a Blanco story, rather open, centering around an 1834 cholera epidemic. The Beast centers around a serial killer who was hunted down by a policeman, a young woman's, and a urinalist. Following the announcement of Mola's true identity, Beatriz Gimeno, who describes herself as a writer in feminazi and is the former director of the Women's Institute in Spain, criticized the 3 men on Twitter. Jealous much? In a twat, Gimeno said, beyond using a female pseudonym, these guys have spent years doing interviews. It's not just the name, it's the fake profile they've used to rake in readers and journalists. Scammers! Oh, are you just jealous that they're taking your grift? Man, it's usually women who do shit like this, but they get... So all these stories from history, every fucking one of them where like some woman used a male pseudonym so they can be so like their work can be accepted into academia or something back when only men were allowed or something. Oh my god, you're so strong and empowered. Oh, you go girl. And now when we're living in opposite land where men are actually held back in favor of women's, even though women are the what, it's like 60 to 40% in college right now, sometimes as much as 70 to 30% in favor of women. And yet women still get preferential treatment over men. And then when men decide to game the system to kind of, I guess, get what should have been theirs to begin with, they're evil. I see. That's right. If you wouldn't read books unless a woman wrote it, then you deserve to be scanned for being a bigot. I fucking agree 100%. So here's a hot take. Most of the books I've really enjoyed over my life, I enjoyed them for the content, not who the author is. Now, not counting like major ones like Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter, where the author is extremely fucking famous. A lot of times I don't even fucking know who the author is or authors. Now, once I find a good one, I will read some of their other works later. But how many young boys who loved Harry Potter you think gave a fuck that it was written by a woman? Or rather, do you know anybody who specifically avoided reading Harry Potter because it was written by a woman? I mean, I guess if you scour a few incel forums, you might find one eventually. Demon Slayer as well. But yeah, Demon Slayer is the hottest shit in manga right now. No one seems to care. That was made by a woman. Oh man, I am so excited to tell you guys right now that finally, after about a year of build-up and shilling, we have launched Blade Devil on Indiegogo, and so far it is doing so well thanks to awesome people like you. If you haven't backed it yet, then please check the links in the description and check out Blade Devil on Indiegogo. You will not be disappointed. Looking forward to seeing you there.